Okay, so I have started the recording. So yesterday we have discussed about the performance related transaction codes, right? How to check the workload, CPU utilization. So all these things yesterday we have discussed. So tracing, how to enable the tracing, system trace, performance trace, tuning, buffers, workload analysis. So all these things yesterday we discussed, right? And ST05, ST06, and ST07 users application monitor user distribution for ST07. ST06 is for the OS level monitoring. OS level, suppose OS level means CPU. OS level, what are they? CPU, memory, so network, and these are the things we can monitor from the operating system level. So ST05, ST05 is for the performance trace. That is what we discussed yesterday, right? ST04 DDB performance, right? So ST03 workload analysis, ST02 so tune summary, buffers, swaps, so ST01 system trace. So all these things yesterday, so we have discussed these things yesterday. We have discussed about the all these things yesterday. We have discussed it, right? So this is about the performance related transaction codes in the system. Apart from that we have some other DB related transaction codes. So either you can use DBA cockpit is the transaction code, DBA cockpit. For the all the database related, you can use the DBA cockpit, or you can use the DB13 for backups. So taking the backup DBA planning calendar, DBA planning calendar. So DB12 is for the backup history. Suppose you want to know whether the backup are successfully completed or not, you can see the history. So backup history. Then DB01, so backup locking, DB level locks, SAP level locks. What is the transaction code? SAP level, if you want to check the lock entry, so what is the transaction code?
SM12.
SM12. Yes, right, exactly. So for the same for DB level also we can have some lock entries. Those things we can see in the DB01. So DB12 is for the backup history, and DB13 is for the planning calendar. Suppose if you want to take the backups, some other things, you need to use the backup planning calendar, DBA planning calendar. Here, suppose you want to create the backups, you want to check the consistency check. So those things we can check here. Those things we can check it out. Suppose I want to check, so these things like 7.4 or 7.10, I want to check the consistency check. So those things we can check it out from here. Those things we can maintain the parameters here. Just check parameters we can maintain here, then execute immediately. That check will be created, which means this is the check parameter. It will be check the whether your database having successfully connection or not. It will check it out. It depends upon the timelines. It will check it out. See here, it is running now. It is running. So like that, if you want to check anything, any actions, some SQL statements, backups, so all these things we can check from. We can create the task and we can add it. Normally we will take the backups actually. So database backup we will take it from the DB13. We will take the database backup here. So then backups will be automatically, it will run it. So why we have to take the database backup means SAP is storing the data in database level. So that is the reason. So we have to take the backup, DB backups, we have to take it. So we have other ways as well to take the backup. Those things also we can take it out. And history, whether the backup is successfully completed or not, we can check from the DB12, we can check the history, whether the backup is successfully completed or not. We can check from the DB12. DB12 is the transaction code. Okay, so let's see why, because it is taking some time. So currently the check is running here, DB level check is running. So that is the reason. So almost all resources are used here. Almost all resources are used here. So then I just opened the one more session. You can see DB12. DB12 means history of the backups. Actually, all this we can see from the database level when we are discussing, when we are going to discuss about the DB related tasks. That time we will come to know all these backups, checks, restore, fresh. So all this we will discuss. But from SAP level also we have the transaction codes. These are the transaction codes we can see here. So planning, calendar, backup history, and DB level logs and everything, right? And also DB02. This is for the DB size related information we can see in the DB02 transaction codes. So let's see here. Okay, so DB02 is the transaction code. DB02 is the transaction code to check the sizing history and everything now. See here, initially we are using this all our new transaction codes. So first time we are using. So that is the reason it is checking. It is taking some time. So see here DB02. So all these transaction codes you can see here. So database related information. Either you can use all these transaction codes DB12, DB02, DB13, DB01. So all things are you can use the one transaction code that is called the Dbacockpit. So if you use the Dbacockpit, so you will get the same screen, current status, performance, configuration, job. So same thing you will get from the database level. Same thing you will get it out from here. So let me see. Let me open Dbacockpit. So Dbacockpit is the transaction code here to check the database level. So things like all whatever we have the transaction codes like DB01, DB02, DB13, DB12, and ST04. We have ST04 also database performance monitor, and whatever the database level you want to check. Then one transaction. Previously, we have to use the all previous different transaction codes, but nowadays one transaction code that is enough. That is called the Dbacockpit transaction code. So using this Dbacockpit transaction code, see here, this is the Dbacockpit transaction code. Here we can check the status of our system, our database system, HANA database system, whether the connection test is okay or not. So you can see the connection test. The connection is established successfully, and also you can check the current status, space, errors, jobs. All this database related information we can see in the Dbacockpit. Dbacockpit is the backups, logs, so performance related. All these things we can see in the system. All these things we can see in the system. So current status, alerts, overview, performance. So the system. This is the ST04. This is the DB0. So this is the DB12. Sorry, not the DB02. And this all they have mixed into the one transaction code that is called the Dbacockpit here. So here, so when we are discussing the database topic, you will get the detailed information. What about all these things and everything? That time I will discuss with you regarding this one. But because during the database topic, you will get more details on the Dbacockpit transaction or all these tabs. You will get the more details actually. Okay, so these are about the database related transaction codes and everything. Apart from that, we also discussed about the SM04. So what is the use of the SM04? Users logged on list. Users logged on list, which means how many users are logged into the system. So those things we have seen in SM04. How many users are logged into the system. So those things we can see. And also AL08. This is the for instance level. For instance level. If you have the multiple instance, then global logged on users list, global logged on users list. So how many users are there? Those things we can see in the, so those things we can see in the AL08. AL08 is the transaction code door. There we can check the status and everything here. So it's very slow to pull the data from the database level. See, it is going to the database level. It will fetch the data and it will provide the result to the here. Normally, it should not be the case. It should not be in the. Let me try to restart. So you know, right? Stop and start. Just to restart, which means it will stop and start. It will stop and start the system, SAP system. So SM50 also we discussed it, SM51. So all these are the daily monitoring transaction codes. ST22 dumps and SM21 is for the system logs dumps. So dumps also we discussed it, and how to investigate the dumps also we discussed it, and system logs, and also SMICM to check the ports and everything. SICF, what is the transaction code for the SICF? Service activation, service activation or deactivation, service activation or deactivation. We have to use the SICF transaction for service activation or deactivation. We have to use the SICF transaction code. Okay, so this is the SICF, SMICM, SICF transaction codes. Okay, so the next one, what we have discussed in the next one. So then so few tables. Suppose I want to view the tables level data. What are the transaction codes I have to use it? Suppose I want to see the tables level data. So what is the transaction codes I have to use it?
SE10, SE16.
Yeah, SE11 or SE16. We have to use it to check the tables level data and everything. To check the stable level data and everything. So suppose I want to see the some data inside of the table. Then in this case, you can go to the SE11 or SE16 to check the tables data. So that is the thing. So suppose I want to execute the program. I want to view the source code of the program. I want to, so what is the transaction codes we have to use it? SA38 or SE38 for the programs. Programs are reports execution. Programs are report execution. We have to use it. Programs are report execution. So we have to use it for this, all these things and everything. Okay. So program execution are reports. So I have restarted the system. Let me try to log in. This already we discussed it, SM04, AL08, all these things. See SM04. So how many users are logged in? Only one user, AL08. So for the multiple application servers, how many users? So one application server, so there is no difference for the single or multi. So SM66, SM50, SM66. So all these things we discussed it, right? At the same time, SM58, SM51, Q2, QR, QS. So all these things also we discussed, queues registration and everything, right? So and also then what we left regarding the daily monitoring transaction codes. So we discussed about the yeah, we'll discuss about the some of the other transaction codes. AL11 is the SAP directories. SAP directories. Suppose OS level directories, we can go to the AL11 is the transaction code. AL11 is the transaction code. So there we can see that we can access the So SAP level directory. Suppose you want to access the trans directory. If you want to access this directory, so you can access from the SAP level as well. You can access, go to the SAP AL11 transaction code. There you can access the all SAP related directories, whatever the directories like USR, SAP, SID. These are the directories. So you can access the all operating. You don't need to log into the operating system level. Then go to the E drive and the USR, SAP, SID. You don't need to go to the everything. Just go to the AL11 all SAP directories. So there you can see the directories here. So which folder you want to access, just click on that folder. You will directly go to the inside of that folder and everything, right? So this is the way you have to log into the system. This is the way you have to log into the system, right? So this is the way, right? So same. So profile, suppose you want to see the profiles. So this is the profiles. So like that you can log into the, so you can log into the system here from SAP level also you can do. So if you have SAP level access, you can monitor the all the database related stuff and operating system level stuff and SAP level stuff. 3 layers you can monitor from, so from SAP level using the transaction codes. Okay, so here if you see the ST11, ST11 is the transaction code for the, this is the trace, directly to open the trace files. Okay, I'm coming to that point only. Okay, A11. Suppose you want to take the trace, so then go to the ST12. ST12 also not the ST12. So there is a transaction code. So we know this transaction code ST01 and ST05. So these are the tracing related transaction codes, right? So apart from that, so we have other transaction codes as well to take the trace. Okay, so before that we have, so we will discuss about the SAP file systems. SAP file systems. So SAP file systems, SAP OS level file systems, SAP OS level file systems. This is the concept of which we are going to discuss about the file systems concept. Okay, so what are these file systems? So when you are installing the SAP system, at the operating system level, it will create the some folders, some files. It will create it when you are doing the installation. When you done the installation, so it will create the some files, some folders at operating system level. So the naming convention would be, suppose drive. If it is the drive letter drive, then we have USR, then SAP, then SID. So SID, suppose if your SID is the ECP, then it will create the ECP, or it is the ECD, then it will create the ECD. If it is the NWP, like that we have the SIDs in the system. See here, go to the drive, so USR, SAP, SID. So we have the SID. So under this SID, we have sys folder is there. Again, under the SID, we have the sys folders. See here, under the SID, suppose if you go to the under the SID, we have the sys, right? Sys folder is there. This is the OS level file systems. So very important file systems. Under the SID, we have the sys file systems. So under the sys, we have, under the SID only, we have the instance number file systems. Then 3 AACS file systems, AACS instance number file systems, AACS instance number file systems. So like that, we have the folders are available in operating system level. You can see here. So when you go to the under the SID, we have the sys and D instance number, AACS instance number, D instance number, and AACS instance number. We have the file systems are there in the systems, right? So these are the file systems we have in the systems. Okay, so under the sys, so what exactly there under the sys? So these are the very important guys. So please just concentrationally listen this one. Why? Because so they may ask you questions. Can you tell me the navigation of the profile parameter, profile directory? Then you have to tell like USR, SAP, SID, sys, profile, like that. You have to answer some questions from OS level also. So they will ask questions from OS level, DB level, and SAP level. All these 3 layers they may concentrate during the interviews, and also it's very important to investigate it as well. Okay, so that's why So please listen carefully. If you are unable to understand, please stop me. I will explain other way. Okay. So sys, under the sys, we have again profile directory, global directory, exe directory, right? Under the sys again, we have profile directory, then global directory, then three exe directory. Under the sys, we have three folders again. So what are these three folders related to? So these three folder, the profile directory contains profiles. So we have three types of profiles, right? Instance profile, then default profile, then AACS instance profile, and these are the types of three profiles are available, right? So same, if you don't have access to SAP level, then you can log into the SAP level, sorry, operating system level, go to the profile directory. There also you can check the profiles. There also you can check the profiles. What happened? Just 2 minutes, guys. Let's check what's happened with the server. Yeah, so you can see here under the sys we have the exe directory and global directory and profile directory. This profile directory contains profiles. See here we have the instance profile. From here also we can change the work process related parameters, some other parameters. You can change it from here as well. Here also you can change it from here as well. When we have to change it here, when you don't have access to SAP level, so there is a need to change the profiles, then you can come to the here, you can change it to the here, you can come to the here, you can change it to the here. Okay, here also you can change the profiles and parameters as well, sys profiles. Okay, so then global directory. So under the global directory, so profiles contains the profiles, and profile directory contains the profiles and parameters. Inside of the profile, parameters are there. So same as like, so we discussed, right, RJ10 and RJ11 and RJ11 SAP level. So what are the transaction codes to change the profiles, parameters? RJ10 and RJ11 are the transaction codes to check the profiles and parameters. So here also, so in SAP level, these are the transaction code. As I said, in the OS level, operating system level, so you have to go to the profile directory under the USR SAP SID under the sys profile. There you need to change the profile value and you need to restart it. Restart is common. Either if you change in RJ10 or RJ11, definitely you need to do the restart. So from here also you need to do the restart as well. Okay, then global directory. So global directory. the global directory, the global directory contains job logs and pool logs and some security settings. Some security system security related settings are available in under the global directory. So they may ask you questions in operating system level. Where can we see the job logs? So job logs and pool logs and security settings. So here in the USR, SAP, SAD, SIS global, in the global directory, we can see the all these information and everything we can see in the global directory. Okay, so profile directory contains the profiles. Okay, so global directory contains the job logs. Suppose the one job is completed. Suppose if you open this here, the job related log information will be recorded here, whether the job is completed or not. That jobs related information will be recorded here. See, today also there are the multiple records, multiple logs are created regarding the jobs. So regarding the job is completed or not, so we have the job. So that information is available here. That information is available from in a global directory as well. In the global directory as well. So next one is the exe. So exe is the very important folder. It's a very important folder. It contains the kernels, Unicode, NT-ADM, and kernels, binaries. So these kernels are backbone for the SAP system. Backbone for the SAP system. So why I named it as the backbone means without kernel, your SAP system cannot be started. So you cannot run any SAP services as well. So kernel is the very important folder. So this is available under the sysexe. Okay, sysexe directory. So okay, so USR, SAP, SAD, sysexe. Under the exe we have the kernel directory. So these directories are available. We are using the stop command, start command, work process starting, IGS is starting. So dispatcher, so kernel, message server, all are starting means because of the that related binaries. Kernels are available at in this folder. Suppose when you install the Windows operating system, you will get like see Windows, so program files, all these things you will get right Windows related. Same as like here, you will see the same as like here you will see the you will see the folders, kernels, binaries, and everything you can see from here. You can see here N2 gateway IC map. So whatever the kernel files are there, all these files. Suppose if you are executing the stop SAP command, so the stop SAP binary is available here. Your database is starting because of binary is available. So start SAP command, you are starting the SAP because of this is exists in the kernel directory. That is the reason. So your commands are executing, your work process are running status, your SAP is up and running and everything. Okay. So when SAP is starting, it mainly look the two directories. One is the profile directory, whether the profiles are exist or not. Then exe directory, whether the kernel is accessible or not. It will check the these parameters. It will check it out. These parameters it will check it out. Okay, these are the kernel directory. This is the global level kernel directory. Okay, got it? Any questions from here? Anyone? Any questions? Any confusion? So how SAP level we are using the transaction codes to check the system behavior, system status, same as like suppose you don't have the access to SAP level. So then in this case, few things we can do can be done from the OS level, operating system level. So those things are SIS. Under the SIS, we have the under the SAD we have the file systems are there. Using this one, suppose you want to change the parameters. You don't have access to RJ10 and RJ11. In this case, go to the profile directory. SIS under the SIS profile directory, can change it here. Then restart it. So you want to change, you want to check the some job logs. Go to the global directory, check the what is the job log you want to check the job logs and everything here. Okay. So spool logs, job logs, spool logs, and some security settings here. Some security settings are available here. Okay. Security settings, security folder is available here. Okay, this is about the OS level file systems under the SIS we have. Then same time we have the D instance number. It's kind of primary application server. D instance number. Here we have data folder, then log folder, then so we have the work directory, very important directory. Then next one is the so log directory. So log directory we already written. So data and exe log sec work directory. So sec directory, data log work and exe directory. So these are the directories are there in the systems. So here, so data folder, it contains this some data files, some statistics related files, some statistics related files, statistics. So we are seeing the some system statistics and everything, right? Some loads and everything. Those statistics files are generated at operating system level. Those things we can see it here in the here. And exe directory, same as like kernel directory only, both are same. Both are this exe directory. In the sys, under the sys we have the one exe directory, and under the d instance number we have the one exe directory. That both are same, but this is the global exe directory, global level, and entire system wide. This is the local exe directory, entire local. So you have the exe directory, entire local we have the exe directory. This is the only this instance specific. This instance specific. If you go to the AACS as well, AACS also we have the data folder, then log folder, then third work directory, then fourth sec directory, then fifth. So we have the exe directory. So for AACS also we have the exe directory. Then the instance number means application server instance number. This is the application server. This is the first we install, right? Primary application server. When you install the one more application server, you will get the D01, 02, 03, 04, like that. We can build the instance, multiple application servers, we can build it, right? So those files, when you build the one application server, it will create the one more instance here. It will create the one more folder here. Under this folder, you can see the data, exe. So log directory, log files are available here. Okay. Then sec directory. So all the certificates are available under the ESCs here. Then work directory. This is the very important. Here few are the important directories. One is the work directory, exe directory, profile directory. These three are the very important directors in the entire system. So work directory, what is this work directory used for? So entire your work process related information, entire your system behavior will be tracked under this work directory, under this one. Suppose you have the work process, right? You have the work process in the system, dialog, update, background, spool, message server, gateway, spool, everything. It's a binary. Everything is a kernel directory. This is running means one kernel is exist. So that related log file. Suppose I want to know I want to check the this work for each work process there is a numbering 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, so in the work directory, it's a very important directory, work directory. So in the work directory, I want to check the work process logs, what exactly happening with my work process. So those things we can monitor, we can check the log files. Suppose if you want to investigate the system performance, we want to check the system behavior, then you have to go to the work directory. Here we can check it out. Some logs are not available in the ST22 dumps. If you're investigating, you don't see any dumps in the ST22, SM21 for the system logs. You don't see any dumps here. So you don't much are not observed any much issues in the system. So not observed much issues in the system. In this case, what you have to do here? So in this case, what you have to do here? So then you have to go to the work directory, operating system level. There you have work process related log files are there. So all the log files, it will start from so dev underscore the work process 0, work process 0. So dev underscore work process 1, work process 1, dev underscore work process 3, work process 3. So suppose you want to check the dev underscore dispatcher log file, dev underscore gateway. So gateway, it's not the gateway, it kind of RD. Okay, dev underscore. So it's basically it starts from dev underscore. The naming convention of the file starts from the dev underscore RFC, dev underscore work process 0. If you open this one, so what exactly this work process is done happened in the system. So all the log files are available at what time this work process happened. So all the information we can get from the work process logs. Suppose so your jobs are running from the long time. So means there is a BTC work process. We need to check what is the BTC. Yes, 6 work process number 6. Then go to the BTC 6, check whether their job is completed or not, what exactly happening. All the information you can find out from the work process logs and everything. Are there any errors in the system or not? So here, see here, RFC related. So gateway related, ICM related, all the log files are available. Start logs, startup logs, gateway logs, message server. So all these things we can see in the work directory. But message server, NQ server available in the AACS instance. So in the AACS work directory, you can see the dev underscore NQ, dev underscore message server. All this information you can see from the here in the details here. We can see it from here, right? So this is the dev underscore MS in the AACS work directory. So D instance number we have the work directory, and AACS instance number we have the work directory. So same. So here in the D instance number we have the exe kernel files. See, that is the kernel, same kernel. So logs are available. Data, some stats files are available. So work directory. So work directory means similar. So the logs, the entire system related logs are available here, right? Also you can see the available.log file. Here you can check how many times system was down today or yesterday. Entire history is available here. Entire history is available, yeah, unavailable from this time to this time. So available from this time to this time, system is fully available. So like that we can monitor the system. Like that we can check the system in the available.log file, and also dev underscore cross log files. So each log file will be written in the here. Each log file will be written in the so in the work directory. In the work directory, each log file will be written in the work directory. Okay. So any issues, you have to come to the work directory. You need to investigate the issue from the work directory. So data stats files. So in the SAP level, we have the some statistics files are opening, right? Some stats are opening, some load is displaying, some statistics level. So here the stats files are available. The stats file will be generating. That is the reason we have the load available in the system. So exe. So the stat files and the data files are available. The instance number exe. So data files, see here stat files, some stat files, and exe log files, some log files are available here. Then so like that you can see the files, work directory files and log exe. Same in each everything here log files are available here. Okay, these are the important directories here. Under the sys also we have the exe directory, so global directory, profile directory here. So how they will ask you during the interview, they may ask you questions like how to check the log files, SAP log files, USR SAP SID, D instance number, work directory, D instance number, work directory. So the instance number, work directory. So we can check the log files and everything from here. The instance number, work directory. We can check the log files and everything from here. Okay. So log directory, the log files, all the log files, start files, everything will be available under the here. Okay. So AACS means message server, NQ server. So message server, NQ server, some related log files are available under the work directory, dev underscore ms, dev underscore nq. So remaining work process, update, dialog, background, right? All spool, all this available in the D instance number, primary application server instance number. Here it is available. RFC, gateway, spool, everything will be available under the here in this directory. Okay, here it is available, right? And sys is the very important folder. Here profile directory is available, and here we have the global directory is available from the job logs and spool logs. So how they ask you questions during the interview? They may ask you questions like, so where to check the work directory logs? Suppose your system behaving very slowly, so where to check the logs? Where to check the profiles? Where to check the job logs? So where to check the spool logs? So your system is not starting. So what are the folders? What are the files are responsible here? When your system is starting, it will always refer the kernel directory, which means exe directory and profile directory. So your exe directory, profile directories are not available, then definitely your system will not be started, right? So same as like here as well. So same. So here exe directories are very important. So that's how many exe directories we have? Three exe directories we have. One is the global. This is the sys directory is the global sys exe, and one more is the instance exe, then AACS exe. So three locations it is available, right? So safer side three locations. So in this exe we have message server, enqueue server related kernel files. In this exe, entire apps related, entire application server related kernel files are available. In this exe, entire global level kernel files are available. Global means all AACS plus application server related kernel files are available here, right? So these are the very important file systems you need to remember. You need to remember the paths as well. So kernel directory location, work directory location, AACS location, work cross related logs. So all these things you need to remember, all these things. It's a very important one. Okay. So how to check the SAP work process logs means go to the instance. Here you can see the work process related log files are available here. You need to check this one. So these logs are very useful for the troubleshooting purpose, where because we are the administrator. If any issues comes, SAP level we don't get much logs. Then you have to come to the operating system level. You need to open the log file. You need to see what exactly happened during this time, what exactly happened during this time. So that based upon the error log, we can figure it out the issue and everything. Okay. So any questions from anyone regarding this one? Any concerns regarding these file systems? So file systems are very important. You need to remember this one. If you know these files, we have the other file systems are there. It's not very mandatory, but only profile directory, global directory, exe are very important. So D instance number, whatever I discussed, right? Work directory, security. Sec directory means the certificates related directory. So and log directory, exe directory, data directory. So these are the very important, especially this profile directory and kernel directories are very, very, very important directories. So they may ask you a few questions on the this directories as well. You need to answer. Can you tell me the navigation of this one? Something like that. How to troubleshoot the issues? How to troubleshoot the issues? Suppose your system is behaving very bad, very slow. Your SAP system is very slow. So now we can check. Now we are trying to log into the SAP level. Even though SAP level we are unable to log in. Why? Because other users are facing the issue, means you also will face the issue. So fine, but you are able to log in. Then you can check the logs. Are there any dumps in the SAP system during the troubleshooting? So there is a one dump which is related to the timeout error. So nothing. No, so it's not very much important timeout error. Then go to the SM21. Are there any logs, system logs in the system? These logs also will pick up. SAP will pick up from the these directories only, these directories only, these directories only. It will pick up the logs from these directories only. Okay, so you can get from here. So even SAP is not up now. SAP is not up. Even SAP slowness means you cannot even log in. Then in this case, how to do the troubleshooting? So to do the troubleshooting activity, you have to go to the troubleshooting activity. You have to go to the OS level. Here, open the work directory. Sometimes you can also open go to the SM50. Suppose all these dialog work process are running status. Not sure what is running, is something like error status. You need to check why it is error status. Just select this one, go to the display trace current. Then you will see the work process, dev_work process 4. This is the file. It is where it is opened. It is opened from the here only. This is the file. It is opened at the operating system level only. It is opened from the operating system level only. It is opened from the operating system only. See here, whatever is there, 3714, same 3714, whatever is there here in the OS level, same directories it is referred here. So we need to check what happened during the particular time. So there is a one error, connection property error is equal to true. Then after that, are there any red entries here? So like that, we need to check the issues here. Like that, we need to check the here something like BTC shutdown. The job name is, this is a job name. So this is a shutdown. So what happened exactly? So like that, we need to do the some analysis, some R&D we have to perform it. When the system is slow, you cannot access the SAP at SAP level. Then you have to come to the work directory. Here you need to check the first of all, you need to take the latest log files. You need to check latest log files. You need to check. Then latest log files you need to check. Then you need to do the, you need to analyze the issue. What happened? What is the error? Suppose now 749 there is a issue. 713.8. So what is the error here? There are no errors here. So if you cannot find out, just Control F, just find the error here. So just find the error here. So you will get the error message here. There is a error. There is error. See here, DBLL supports callback error handling. So something like that, we have some errors. Like that, you can check the errors and everything here. Definitely, if there is issue, definite dispatcher. Suppose dispatcher is down, not starting. Then you can go to the here. You can check the why dispatcher is not starting here. Are there any errors here? Like that, you can check the issues here. Right? So this is the one. So message server is not starting, dispatcher is not starting. Each and everything, there is a log file here. You need to come to the here, you need to check. This is the troubleshooting you have to do. Okay, check the logs. You will get the some clues here. Some clues means why it is not starting. If you could not find out something like, then copy that log, copy that log. So copy that log. Then go to the Google, then paste it here. First of all, you, by seeing this error message, you will come to know. Otherwise, if you Google it, then definitely there is some answers from the SAP. So based on that, you can open the answers. This is the worst case scenario. You cannot find out by seeing these logs. You will come to know some items like some answers, some straightforward answers, or something like you will get the something, some kind of limitations. You can ignore it. Something like that, we will get it out. Definitely, you will get the answers from the Google. So that is the reason. First of all, you need to find out the error message. We found the error message. Everyone knows how to fix it, right? So that is the main. How to find out the error messages means, yeah, you need to find out. Okay. Anything, any other thing? When the system is down, when system is not starting, that time you can do the troubleshooting. Okay. Any questions from anyone still?
Yeah.
No one having any questions? What you can do, you can practice it then regarding these file systems. Okay, so just to stop and start problems, I will give the some scenarios, then so you can practice it. Okay, is it okay for everyone?